And then there was times in the first half that I thought that we were a little bit stretched and they were able to play through us a little bit too much, and it probably came that we got a bit anxious. We hadn't won for a while, and but we calmed the boys down at half time, explained to them what we needed to do better without the ball, and in the second half we were very impressive. We created a lot of chances, and it probably could have been a bit more comfortable for us, but in saying that, it was a great response from the boys, because we were very disappointed in last week's performance, and to perform like that against a very good side that has been unbeaten for a while, and very tough place to come. There was good result and great performance.
When two of your goals came from balls into the back post, was that something you identified that they could be potentially exposed there?
Look, we work on certain movements that we have, and we try to get bodies into good areas, and they're the areas that we got into, and so yeah, and I'm not saying that it's a weakness of theirs. It's more of something that we've been working on for a long time, and finally we get into the box so many times to create clear-cut chances, but sometimes our final ball lets us down, and today the final ball was good, and that's why we're able to score those goals.
Pleased for the young boy Bodic. I mean, it's 2 in 3 in a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, very pleased. He's got a lot of potential. He's working hard on his game. We've been working with him now for 18 months. He was over in Germany for a couple of years, hadn't played or trained with senior boys, so it took him a while to get to physically the level that he needs to get to, and then understand what it takes to be a professional footballer at an elite level. And he's a great kid that wants to learn and keeps working, and so he deserves the 2 goals. But we also have to make sure that we don't get carried away too quickly, because we got a funny thing of doing that here. We get carried away with some.
I read someone compared him to Mark Viduka.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we you know what? He's a good player, and he's learning the game. So he has to keep learning the game, and we have not only the coaches but the players around him to help him learn the game.
You almost conceded in the first 30 seconds, then you hit back, and then you're under a lot of pressure and hit back again. How proud were you of the boys to be able to absorb that pressure before then striking for yourselves?
Yeah, proud of the resilience we showed, because, like I said earlier, sometimes when you haven't won for a while, players can become a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous, that things aren't really going our way, and but they showed that resilience defensively, and showed, because we knew that Newcastle will come out very strong and fast, and they do that, and they can open up teams pretty easily. So it was important that we had to stay strong, and again, when we conceded the goal, it was just after we scored our second. So the boys could have folded, but they didn't, and I thought we started to play really well after that.
Talk about being under pressure in that first half. Jamie Young was incredible between the sticks. What did you make of his game?
Yeah, he was good. He was good when we needed to be good. In the second half, I don't think he had to make a save, but in the first half, we needed him to make a few important saves, but we know that he can do that. And Jamie Young's been good for us since he's been here.
Josh Risdon back into the starting side. He's trained well, obviously, and back into it. What do you think of him today?
Yeah, Josh was brilliant. I'm really pleased for him. Been out for a couple of weeks, but that's probably the best he's looked all season, and so happy for him. He's a big plus. We've had a lot of injuries. The injuries have hurt us a lot, and having him back now, Ben Garucio's in the squad. Knocking on the door, ready to get back in as well. Topper Stanley next week, hopefully Lustica soon. Rami Najarine. So once we get all these players back in, we start to look strong again. I know there's not long to go, but we have to build on this win and performance, and we've got another important game against Perth next week.
You talk about not long to go. He's just snapped a 3-game losing streak. It's moved you off the bottom of the ladder. Is it a backs against the wall performance? Did you speak about this, speaking like this was a must-win game?
I didn't say it's a must-win game. I said that we have to prove a point, not only to everyone on the outside that we're still a good team, but to ourselves, because we've we're disappointed with. You can lose games. We understand that. That's part of football. Like we lost to Adelaide when we should have won that game. But sometimes you might make an individual error. That sometimes that happens in football. But the performance last week wasn't up to our level, and so we wanted to make sure, and the boys wanted to make sure that they showed they're capable of playing at the level that we've shown in the past, and that will bring results. We're confident in that. So if we can keep on performing like that, we believe we can go on a good run. But we don't want to get too carried away. We want to focus on the next game.
We know the cliche, one game at a time, but is finals are still in the picture? That's obviously what you guys are aiming for?
Look, it's a cliche, but it's important that we just now prepare, recover, and work towards the next game against Perth. Then if you start picking up wins, the other teams start to drop points because everyone beats each other in this league, and draws and whatever else. So you don't know what can happen. So it's too far ahead to say we're ready for finals. Let's start to get results in the next few games, and then we'll see where it takes us.
Yeah, well, it's said to be the mark of a good team that can kind of not play their best and get those results still. Is that a fair for you today, especially in that first half, possibly?
Yeah, in the first half. In the first half, there were certain things that we weren't quite happy with because we worked on certain things defensively, and I don't talk about back four. I talk about the whole team, and then when we explained it again at half time, credit to them, they took it on board, and we weren't as good as we could be in that first half, but we were excellent in that second half. Like I can't remember a game played here that a team will create that many one-on-ones and clear-cut chances. It was something that was impressive from us. We're just a little bit upset that we didn't score more because I think we missed one from right underneath the goal and had other one-on-ones. So, but it was a great second half performance.
Yeah, looks like Roos kind of just slots straight into that number 9 spot, finding himself in behind a lot. He'll be important come the next couple of rounds.
Yeah, important not only in the next couple of rounds, but important for the future because he's another kid that's learning the game, learning how to be a professional, learning our way, and I know that there will be a lot more to give from him, and he's willing to work, he's willing to learn, he's willing to improve, and straight away he gets in behind, and that's what he's got. He's a powerful athlete. They're dangerous to when there's space, he can cause problems.
What was your message to the team after the full-time whistle when you got back into the sheds? What did you speak to them about?
About our response from last game, and it just didn't happen today. It happened, beginning of the week when we trained. The boys trained. It was the best week we've had, and that was the response that we needed. And that's now again we need that that training intensity level from the start again. Come in on Monday, they recover now and come in Monday and we're ready to work again. So that was mainly it, was that we needed that response, and it was good that we got it.